This year on Christmas Eve, I decided to upload a video called GameStop Ruined My Wife's Christmas. And this video quickly became one of my most disliked videos of all time. I mean, I got so many angry and nasty comments on this video that today I decided to read some of them and respond. Hey guys, maybe you're 20 back again, and this is a direct response to the video that I uploaded on Christmas Eve called GameStop Ruined My Wife's Christmas. And if you have not seen that video, I will leave a link below if you're curious where all this hate is coming from. But just to summarize the video, it's just me basically talking in front of the camera about a bad experience that I had at GameStop on Christmas Eve. And then at the end of that video, I did like a funny skit with my wife that I thought was kind of funny, but a lot of people didn't really take it that way, and they had a lot of nasty things to say, and that's what we're going to talk about today. If you're not familiar with this channel and you're new here, it's no big secret that I don't like GameStop. I'm not a big fan of GameStop, and sometimes I talk about GameStop, and I have a lot of things to say when it comes to GameStop. And this video is nothing different than I normally do, but for some reason, the response that I got was just disgusting. It really was, and we're going to address some of that today. Let's go ahead and start reading some of these comments. I don't like GameStop, but how does GameStop taking off the plastic wrap ruin your wife's Christmas? And again, if you have not seen this video, I basically went to GameStop because they told me they had a brand new game that she wanted. She told me last minute. I went there, and if you're not familiar with GameStop's policy, if it's the last game that they have, they will give you the display model, but they still charge you full price for this game, even though there's no plastic wrap. It's not factory sealed. They got GameStop stickers all over it, and you can't really get the stickers off without damaging the case. And that's what happened, and I wasn't happy about it, so I just kind of shared my experience. But the cat, it did not ruin her Christmas. It was just wording that I used to kind of grab attention to this horrible policy that GameStop has had for many years. This isn't a new policy, I understand that, but it just still, to me, doesn't make it right. Next, didn't need to watch the whole video, and I already know that this is all your fault. You should have eBay that time. I've got so many comments of people telling me I should have shopped on Amazon. I should have got this on eBay. But guys, I'm going to be honest, okay? If you read the description, you would not even have left that comment, because I said right in the description that I had no time to do that. My wife told me like a day before Christmas that she wanted this game, and you can't order it online and get it by Christmas. So I had no choice but to go to actual store and get it, and GameStop, unfortunately, was the only place that had it. Next, oh man, this is a long one. Well, I see this from both sides since I was once an assistant manager for GameStop. I hated gutting a new game to make a display for the shelf. I left in 2007, so this was still 360, PS3, and Wii generation. I even went as far as photocopying covers to make dummy cases so I wouldn't have to gut a new game. Of course, I got in trouble for doing that, but when I did have to sell the game, especially on Christmas, I'd offer to shrink wrap the game with a new case so it had no sticker residue and give around 5% off with a defect code to try to make up for having to shrink wrap it. The store could have done that. I know they have shrink wrapping machines, but GameStop is such a different company now than back then. Well, Maddox28025, thank you for that comment. I guess this is a nice comment. And it looks like he was a pretty good manager at GameStop, but as you can see, he says GameStop kind of yelled at him for doing that. And I actually got quite a few comments from people that work at GameStop telling me that I could have got a discount if I would have just asked for one. So if you're ever in my situation and you're at GameStop to buy a new game and they're charging you full price for the display model, apparently all you got to do is ask for a discount and they'll give you like a 5 or 10% discount or something. I didn't know this even was a thing. I didn't know this existed. But since so many people left a comment claiming this, I would have to think that that's actually a thing. So if you're ever at GameStop and you're buying the display model, ask for a discount and see what happens. Next, before commenting, read the description. Well, thank you, Galactic Teen. I just mentioned that. Next, is this guy mentally challenged? No. Omni Psycho. It's funny that your name is Psycho and you're asking me if I'm mentally challenged, but no. But I guess according to some of my videos and some of the comments that I've been reading, I guess that's questionable. Next, dude, they have it online. You could have just went and bought it on Amazon. Again, If you just read the description, it tells you everything you need to know. And I do understand that a lot of people don't read the description of videos. I get it, but man, it really would have saved a lot of people time because I got so many of those same comments. Next, wow, the comments are full of angry GameStop managers opening an item and selling it as a new as false advertising and illegal. It's that simple. Well, I'm going to have to disagree. Obviously, it's not illegal because GameStop does this all the time. And they're not all angry GameStop managers. I'm actually quite surprised that there's so many GameStop employees that are leaving comments agreeing with me. But trust me, there's a fair amount of people that work at GameStop that are leaving comments that do not agree with me at all. And they're really, really upset, saying like, how do you expect us to put it on the shelf and not take the game out? And how do you expect us to display it without gutting the game because people would just steal it? Well, guys, let me just fill you in. Every other game store in my area, it could be different depending where you live, but every other game store in my area besides GameStop, I'm talking like even our mom and pop shops around here, all the games on display that you can buy, that you look at when you're browsing up and down the aisles, they're in glass cases. They're in glass, just like similar to Walmart. You ever go to Walmart and you go look at their game selection? Everything's locked up in like these glass cases so no one can steal them. It's set up like that everywhere around here, except GameStop. GameStop, they just kind of put them on, on the wall or whatever. No display cases, and they just kind of gut all the games out. So they're the only ones in my area. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Are they the only ones in your area to do this? Because all the other game stores around here, like I said, guys, it could be different depending on where you live and what kind of game stores you have. But every other game store, they just have display cases where they don't have to gut the games. If you buy the display model, guess what? It's still factory sealed and you don't really have to worry about it. I kind of wish GameStop would do this. I don't know why. They're a huge company. I don't know why they don't just invest a little bit of money in some display cases. I mean, come on. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Question. Why is a 45-year-old man still playing video games? Plus, because people steal. That idiot. Stop hating on GameStop, retard. Okay, so I just addressed this. People steal. Yes, I understand. So they could put in those cases, like I said. And why am I 45 years old? I'm not. I'm 34. And why do I still play games? Well, I didn't know there was an age limit on how old you had to be to play video games. So I plan on playing video games my entire life. So I guess that does, according to you, that makes me a retard. Next, what a douche. This guy's channel needs to fail. I'm glad to see the like to dislike reflects how people view this overgrown child. Get a life. You are right. I got a lot of dislikes on this video. Matter of fact, last time I checked, I almost had the exact amount of dislikes than I did likes. I think it was almost like, it was getting close to like 1,000 to 1,000 or something like that. It was getting close. And yes, I'll have to agree. I am an overgrown child. I refuse to grow up. I feel like, you only live once and you should try to live as young as you can. I don't know. I guess I'll try to get a life there, Michael. Next, I don't think the wife's reaction was real. It sort of looked fake, how she just walks out. Well, again, if you guys have not seen this video, at the end, I give the gift to my wife, and she already opened it at this point, guys. Just to fill you in, I gave it to her, she opened it, and then we rewrapped it, and I was like, you know what? Let's have fun with this. So the end is fake. And if you have any other doubt, if you read the comment that my wife left, and I actually pinned it to the top, she says, well, I thought my acting was pretty great. Merry Christmas to everyone. My husband is the best, okay? So my wife did leave a comment. She did pin it to the top. A lot of people did like her comment. And just to let you guys know, yes, the video is 100% real, except for the end. When my wife was in there, it was kind of like a last minute decision. I was in the middle of editing the video and I was like, you know what, honey? I think this would be funny if I put this at the end. So she was a good sport and she did that for me. And then a lot of people started attacking her in the comments and saying a lot of nasty things that just is disgusting. It's just, okay, let's just go ahead and move on before I get upset. If it's not shrink wrapped, it's not new, plain and simple. I agree. I agree. Man up for shopping late. Don't blame others for your failure as a husband. Again, this was the only game that I kind of went shopping late for because she told me last minute. Just to fill you guys in, I was going to vlog Christmas. If you're new to this channel and you do not know, usually on Christmas, I'll vlog me and my wife opening up gifts. And it's just, I try to put a nice family, you know, nice heartwarming video up on Christmas, because I try to surprise my wife on Christmas and get her things, because she doesn't get nowhere near the things that she deserves through the year. So I try to make Christmas as special as possible for her. And just to let you guys know, I decided not to vlog this year because last year my wife was in the hospital with blood clots and I almost lost her. I almost lost my wife last year. It was a very bad time for me in my life. But this year my wife's doing good. She was home and I was like, you know what? I don't want to put a camera in the face. I don't want to have to worry about shooting a vlog. I just want to spend time with her and enjoy Christmas the way Christmas is intended to be enjoyed. But I did give my wife a bunch of gifts. I spent more money on her this year than I ever have. So for the people that are leaving comments below saying who buys their wife just one stupid game and who leaves the price tag, all the crazy nasty comments that I received, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know the story. All you saw was a 10-minute video of a GameStop rant, and people are just trying to judge my entire life off of one video, and it's just disgusting. Next, well, this was pretty clickbaity, and I would have to agree with you on that. This video, the title, the thumbnail, to me, I'm gonna be completely honest, I thought it was hilarious. When I made this title and thumbnail, I wanted something that was funny to kind of capitalize on the ending of the video, because at the end of the video, I thought that was hilarious as well. But a lot of people didn't really take it as humor. A lot of people got really upset, and I'm baffled by it. I really am. I'm assuming my sense of humor differs from a lot of other people's sense of humor. I guess that ending that I put in there upset people, and the title and the thumbnail really upset people. And if it did, I apologize, but leave a comment below. I'm curious right now. Is that thumbnail and title funny? I thought it was funny. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of line. I thought it was funny. I wasn't trying to make it more or less clickbaity. I was trying to make it more or less funny, and I guess I failed. I guess I failed. You can literally get that game free on the eShop, says Zombie Man 23. No, you can't. I don't know where you're getting your information from. You definitely cannot buy this game on the eShop. I mean, you can't get this game for free on the eShop. It's about, I think, $30 on the eShop. I think it's $10 less than what I paid for at GameStop, actually. GameStop's charging $40. You can get this for $29.99 on the eShop. It's definitely not free. I don't know where you're getting that at. What's wrong with your wife's left eye? Not to be mean. Okay, Abuse Thunder. I'm going to address this comment because this comment's not as bad. He even said not to be mean. It sounds like he's genuinely curious. And guys, I got a ton of comments. I actually deleted a few. I normally try not to delete comments because I don't want the trolls to feel like they got to me. Like, cause you know, I normally don't delete any comments, but there's a few that disgusted me so much that I did delete them, because my wife's actually going back and reading some of these comments. And I'm telling her not to, because it's just disgusting. So basically what people are going around doing is saying, they're pointing out that my wife's had a lazy eye. If you guys do not know, I'll let you guys know, because I don't know if I've actually addressed this or not on this channel, because my wife's not in a lot of my videos. But I do some family vlogs from time to time, so you will still see my wife in the future in some of my videos. She has a lazy eye. It kind of droops. One of her eye droops. Why? She was born that way. Matter of fact, when she was born, they used forceps back in the day. Now at times, if the baby won't come out, they'll use like a suction cup. But back then, they would use actual forceps. And the doctor got her eye, and now she's like that for the rest of her life. She's been like this since she was a little baby. She's really self-conscious about it, and the disgusting remarks that people are leaving. Now, Abuse Thunder, that's not that disgusting. He's just asking. He said not to be mean, you know, what's up with her eye. I can respect that, you know, and I don't mind telling people that she was born that way. And I think she's beautiful the way she is. But some of the comments that I got that I'm not even going to address, you guys are disgusting. Next. What do you mean absurd practice? If they didn't take the games out of the case, people could just go in and run out with the games. Now, again, this boils down to, why don't they just get glass cases like every other game store where I live? GameStop's the only place I don't do this. Every other game store where I live, you can go in there and all their games that are on display are behind glass cases and they're locked up, so they don't have to gut the games. Why doesn't GameStop do this? I don't know. I really don't know why GameStop don't do this, but they need to, because gutting a game and selling it for full price is just wrong in my opinion. Next, tell your wife to go to the gym and act her age. Well, Franco, shut up. Tell my wife to go to the gym and act her age. See, and that's a nice comment, guys. This, according to like, if you read the comments, this is actually like a really nice comment. Because when it comes to comments about my wife and stuff, they're really nasty. So I'm showing this one just to show you that they do exist. There's a ton of comments about my wife on here that are disgusting, and just shame on these guys. Shame on these guys. You're a moron. That copy is brand new. They removed they removed the title from the case so they can display an accurate representation of what's in stock. It's sad people like you don't have the mental capacity to understand how they work. Again, this boils down to why don't they just put them in a glass, case just like everyone else. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, and believe me, a lot of people are. They're leaving a lot of the same comments. Some of the people ain't even watching the video. They just watch like a minute of the video, then they decide to leave this long comment that just kind of doesn't even make sense or relate to the video, but whatever. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to keep going. There's so many comments. I could be here. I could make this video 20 hours long just reading some of these nasty comments, guys. But anyone that did leave a comment on that video that was supportive and understanding, I definitely do appreciate it. Like I said, guys, my feelings towards GameStop isn't like a secret. I put it out there. I have several GameStop videos of my experiences, and a lot of people say, why do you continue to shop there? And I ask myself the same question, but sometimes I have no choice. They're the only place that has it in desperate times, sometimes calls for desperate measures, but that's pretty much it, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know, what do you think of all the trolls? And there'll be more to come shortly, guys. Thanks again.